IA. Top architect with a net worth of hundreds of millions. Am being dumped by my childhood sweetheart and betrothed since birth. Demanding a divorce. She even publicly declared she wants to cut ties with me. We are way too close. I really can't bring myself to do it. Being with you is like your left hand holding your right hand. There's no feeling at all yet when she sees another woman appearing by my side, or even when I'm about to get engaged to someone else. She completely panics. Who is that person? By his side to assert her dominance, she not only barges into my house and pulls out all my pothos plants, but also asks me with red eyes if this engagement promise is still valid. Seeing the panic that she couldn't hide in her eyes made me feel as thrilled as just hitting the jackpot. That day, after finishing some overtime and dozing off for a moment, I received a call from Lin Xiaoxi. Hey Lin, grand miss. My dear old aunt, look what time it is. It's already 3 p.m. Xiantang. Did you reincarnate as a pig or something? You're still not awake at this hour. I stayed up all night drawing blueprints, grinding straight through until 5 a.m. All right then, hurry up and wake up. I'm calling you for a serious matter. My mom just called and instructed that the two of us must go home for dinner tonight. Don't want to move. I'm so sleepy I could die. Whether you want to go or not, you have to. Tonight, both your mom and my mom will be there. It's clearly set up like a tribunal. Just you dare try not to show up, punk. What kind of useful information could you even get out of that? Could it be an interrogation? Look at what you made up last week. What fresh excuse did you use to dodge the engagement? This really isn't it this time. Anyway, you have to come pick me up at exactly 6 p.m. If you dare be late, you're dead meat. I opened my eyes wide and stared at the ceiling. There's no way I'm getting any sleep now. Speaking of this childhood sweetheart engagement, we have to trace it all the way back when the two of us were still in the womb. Our two dads drank a few cups of yellow wine and high on alcohol slammed the table and decided that me and this brat Lin Xiaoxi definitely knew each other back from the days of wearing baggy pants. Our bond went way back to little kids climbing trees together and wading in rivers to catch fish. When we entered elementary school, she copied my homework. By middle school, I was helping her block who knows how many pieces of trash coming to deliver love letters. At our graduation, a bunch of older classmates dragged each other into a private room, singing karaoke and partying wildly past midnight. When the party ended, she had drank quite a bit of alcohol. Her whole body was limp and draped over my neck. She couldn't even walk straight. Tanfeng, are the two of us really destined to have to get married? The two of us are seriously way too familiar with each other. Me being next to you is just like your left hand holding your right hand. It doesn't spark even a single shred of chemistry. Small matter. I'm certainly not complaining about your right hand. Right after picking your toes either. That time, the teeth marks on my arm took a solid 3 days to fade away. In the end, I still accepted my fate and crawled out of bed. Taking a quick look at my reflection in the mirror, I didn't look too shabby. I drove straight down to the apartment building where she lived, arriving right on the dot at 6 p.m. You are a full 7 minutes late. Girls, take time to put on makeup, you know. Maybe later, when we meet the adults, just grit your teeth and say it was because of a traffic jam. Okay? Hey Maimo Tanfeng, yesterday I ran into something. Spit it out. Basically, in our apartment there's a newly hired intern named Lee. Do you have any impression of him? Completely no impression. Whatever. Forget it anyway. He's a young guy who today went out of his way to run over and bring me breakfast. She bought a super expensive sandwich at the shop downstairs from the company. So what are you trying to say? That's why she feels like what someone does like that is what truly deserves to be called pursuing a girl. It shows both genuine sincerity and practical actions. Take a look at yourself. Other than timing things right to pick me up and drop me off, do you know how to do any other romantic stuff? Picking you up and dropping you off on time doesn't count as having skills. Yoxi, put your hand on your heart and ask yourself before you took your driver's license test in your junior year of college, every time there was heavy rain and strong winds, weren't I the one who didn't mind picking you up and dropping you off at school and after school? How can the nature of that even be compared? That was clearly a mission and an order, personally handed down to you by my mom's own mouth. Fine, now the difficulty of the mission has been upgraded, shifted straight to lifetime mode. Do you still have any complaints left? There is seriously no reasoning with you. Looking at the aggrieved expression on her face, I knew very well she wasn't genuinely complaining about me. It's simply that her stubborn streak was acting up our engagement. It simply bound the footsteps of someone wanting to explore the vast world outside. Turning home, the atmosphere at the dinner table was quite harmonious, but back and forth. Topic inevitably steered right back to the two of us. Joxy has been looking a bit thinner lately, right? This brat Tan. Who hasn't been taking good care of you, has he? Uncle? I think she's in very good spirits, though. Actually, Tan Fung is the one working hard. I heard he recently landed a pretty big project in his hands. The two dads clinked a glass of wine together and then started reminiscing about the past right there, thinking about how far-sighted and wise the decision to arrange the betrothal back then was. You two over there say something already. But under the table, the two of us weren't being polite at all first. She kicked me, signaling me to quickly open my mouth and break this awkward atmosphere without any hesitation. I kicked her back and asked why not. Herself speak up. Seeing this, she immediately increased the force and added another kick. I decidedly and swiftly snatched away the piece of sweet and sour pork belly she had just picked up. She glared at me with wide eyes. We finally made it through to dessert after the main meal. Everyone moved out to the living room. That's right, next month, Auntie Wong's son is getting married. The wedding invitation has already been sent over to you two. When are you guys planning to consider getting serious? Auntie, our careers are just getting started. There's no rush for this kind of thing to happen in a day or two. I'm not in a hurry. Tanfu, you are already 26 years old. Inchaoxi is also 24. Remember, back in the day when we were your age. Mum, the era now is different from the past. Young people nowadays all trend towards late marriage. That's right. That's right. We plan to put our careers first for now. The elders looked at each other, although they didn't continue to press further. The atmosphere in the living room clearly dropped by a few degrees. It was tough just managing to slip away. The moment she dove into the car, she let out a long sigh of relief. Every time we go home, it's just like passing a trial. It is seriously exhausting to death. Tanfung, tell me, if we didn't have this engagement between us, what would things be like now? How could things be anything? Would we have turned into complete strangers who didn't know each other? The kind whose paths never crossed in this lifetime. At all? That would definitely not happen. What makes you so sure? Because back in the 3rd grade of elementary school, that debt of you stealing my ice cream still hasn't been settled clearly to this day. Get lost. That's all ancient history. The atmosphere inside the car finally eased up a little bit, because I heard her softly uttering to herself beside me. Actually, it doesn't seem that bad either. Days just passed by, like that day after day, and she didn't bring up canceling the engagement anymore. We still maintained the frequency of going home to eat with the adults once a week, while in private, everyone was busy with their own work. I worked at an architectural design institute, where working overtime day and night had long been a common routine. She worked as an editor at a publishing house. The workload in her hands was also frighteningly heavy. Occasionally on days when she was too busy, I would still drive to pick her up from work. That day, I parked by the roadside, waiting for her to get off work, and happened to see her walking side by side with a male colleague. The two of them even stood at the entrance chatting for a few moments. They didn't talk for very long. Lin Xiaoxi smiled and waved, walking straight toward my side. That man kept his eyes fixed on her getting into the car before slowly turning away and disappearing from sight. You've been waiting a long time, right? I just finished finalizing the proposal for next quarter's project. Not waiting too long either. The person who just saw you out, who was that? That is the newly transferred deputy director, Tran Sang, of our editorial department. He definitely has an abundance of talent. It's just that his mouth runs a bit too much, she replied absent-mindedly. Hearing her say that, didn't continue to press further. On Saturday, she suddenly rushed into my house. Tanfing, hurry up. It's a life-or-death emergency. Tonight, my department is having a gathering. They said we can bring family members along to attend. What play are you planning to stage this time? That deputy director, Tran guy, along with a few other male colleagues, kept looking at me like a tiger, eyeing its prey. You get what I mean, right? Help me block some of those guys. In Chaoxi, so only when you need me. Do I get to play the role of a family member when you don't need me? Complain that the two of us are too familiar, so there's no spark at all. Oh, come on. The situations are different. Big brother Tan. Lend a hand once things are all settled. I'll treat you to a proper meal. Just stand there and wait. I'm going to wash my face first cold. Until dinner time. The gathering location was set at a Sichuan restaurant that was doing a booming business. A deputy director Tran guy was also there. Seeing me, he acted quite polite, nodding and greeting. Yoxi's acting skills all evening were very clever. At times she picked food for me. At times she was busy, pouring water, occasionally leaning in close to whisper back and forth, talking about secrets. After 3 rounds of drinks, people at the party started egging each other on, insisting that my family member self here tell the story of a so. Grinned, raised my glass of wine, and said a few polite words. Please continue to take good care of Xiaoxi, everyone, from now on. How did you and Xiaoxi get to know each other? Brother Tan, seeing this affection. It's really way too deep. Talking about the 2 of us, huh? We've known each other since the diaper-wearing days. Back when we were kids, she was way naughtier than me. Climbing trees, robbing bird nests, wading in rivers to catch fish. Every single time she was the ringleader once. She fell down from a tree, scraping her knees, crying so miserably you could say. In the end, it was still me who had to carry her on my back the whole way home. Hey, can you not bring up these dark historical moments? If you want me to help you block those guys, you've got to pay a little toll, right? You were carefree. Childhood sweethearts from the start, huh? It's really enough to make people die of jealousy ever since that gathering ended inside their editorial department. No one wanted to ask for introductions for Lin Xiaoxi anymore. The project in my hands entered the home stretch, working overtime continuously for several days straight. Grinding late into the night on Friday, finally crossed the final milestone. Handover deadline. Tanfeng, have you vaporized out of this dimension or what? Tanfeng, are you playing the disappearing act or something? I haven't seen hide nor hair of you for a whole week. I've been working overtime. Just finished up. Are you still downstairs at the company? Imo is getting a taxi ready to go back. Don't wander around, just stand there and wait. Send me your location. I'll come pick you up. No need. I'll catch taxi myself. Stop talking nonsense. Send me your location. Hurry up and get in the car. Hey Tanfeng, take a look at yourself right now. How are you any different from a vagrant? At all. This isn't even your neighborhood. Did you take the wrong road? We're at my place downstairs. Come up to my place. I'll cook you something warm to eat. Looking at the state you're in, you definitely haven't been eating properly the past few days. Just make yourself at home. I'll cook you a bowl of noodles. Eat it while it's hot. How is it barely edible, huh? A dead duck still has a stiff beak. Eat slowly. No one's going to fight you for it. Tanfeng, if you're going to pull all-nighters working overtime from now on, let me know in advance. Okay, not being able to reach you makes me super worried. Got it. Next Sunday, my college class is organizing a gathering. Do you want to go together? It's a gathering for your class. Why would I go? The group chat said we can bring family members along. Oh, right, I heard Lin Vivi is going to be there too. Lin Vivi is the department flower of their class. She used to chase after me for a while back then, making a huge fuss. The point where everyone knew. Back then Lin Xiaoxi even ran over and asked me in a tone full of schadenfreude. Oh, what's this? Are you finally escaping singlehood? I don't have the heights for her. Who would even believe that, whether she goes or not? What does it have to do with you? Nothing, just telling you about it. If you don't want to go, then forget it. You're going. You're actually going with me, Mimo. Prevent you from getting plied with drinks alone with no one to keep an eye on you. Who needs you to meddle in my business? At the class reunion, Lin Vivi naturally showed up. Tanfeng, long time no see. I never expected you to actually be together with Xiaoxi. Back then, hearing people say the 2 of you had a childhood sweetheart engagement, I thought it was just a joke. It was never a joke. I'm so envious of childhood sweethearts making it to the end. Xiaoxi, you're still the capable one. Truly getting the first pick just by being close, huh? Romance relies on fate. It's also because Tanfeng is too outstanding. The people eyeing him aren't few at all. You better hold on tight to him. Dropping hints like that. Are you jealous? Who'd be jealous over you? I just find her attitude an eyesore. Acting as if I'm picking up her discarded leftovers. I am not some discarded leftover that nobody wants. Okay, I'll admit that myself, don't drag me into it. The second half of the gathering. Lin Xiaoxi was all gloomy and unhappy. Before she knew it, she had drank too much. Walk slowly, be careful, Tan Feng, or should I give the two of you a ride home? I drove here. No need we have a car too. And you two be careful on the road. Tan Feng, tell me, do you really never in the past feel any spark for someone like Lin Vivi? Ever at all? Why, she looks pretty too. Too forced, not genuine. And what kind of person do you like? Didn't answer immediately. She seemed to have already drifted off. To sleep someone like her is already great. Already great. Don't know if she heard it or not. I only saw the corners of her tightly pursed mouth seem to curve up into a barely perceptible smile. The price of drinking too much comes very quickly. Early the next morning, Lin Xiaoxi's head felt like it was splitting open. Bright and early she called to borrow hangover medicine and white congee. I was forced helplessly to act as her exclusive delivery driver. When I arrived at her place, she opened the door with disheveled hair and a pale face. Tan Feng, I feel like I'm about to not make it. You bring this on yourself. Who told you to drink without any sense of limit last night? You have to take the blame for that too. How can this dirty water be splashed onto my head? Blame you for flirting with everyone everywhere. Fill your stomach a bit before taking your medicine. Hey Tan Feng, what is it again? Last night when I was half asleep, I seemed to hear you say something. Did you say something like someone like me is a great match? You're hallucinating at that time. I said someone like you is absolutely out of the question. Tanga Feng, I knew right away. Your mouth couldn't say a single decent thing. My head still hurts so much. Serves you right. Who told you to always want to show off? Actually, being childhood sweethearts isn't bad at all. Both sides clearly know every ins and outs of each other, saving the trouble of racking your brain, trying to guess and exhausting yourself. Days passed by, seemingly having found a strange balance point. I also gradually got used to the fact that accidents kept popping up one after another in her life. Is this Tan Feng right? Miss Lin has been in a traffic accident. Please hurry over here right away. When I hurriedly ran to the scene, I immediately saw her little white car rear-ending an off-road vehicle. Are you okay? Are you her family member? The one getting hurt is a blessing in disguise. Already the insurance company has also filed the report. After dealing with the mess and watching the tow truck pull the car away, I drove her back home. All the way there, she kept her head down, looking dejected, without saying a single word. Were you scared out of your wits? It's just that I suddenly realized, whenever I run into an urgent matter like this, the first person I think of will always be you. If not you, who else would I rely on? Could it be that intern who brought you the sandwich? You human being. Why is your heart even narrower than the eye of a needle? The tense atmosphere finally eased up a bit. As soon as we stepped through the front door, her mood didn't improve by much. She curled up on the sofa with her knees to her chest, dazed. Tan Feng, am I really that useless? Whenever trouble hits, the only thing I know how to do is look for you. You've known that for ages. Anyway, for this entire lifetime, you probably won't be able to shake off this burden. That is me anymore. Do you find me annoying and a busybody? I do find it a little bit annoying, but after finding it annoying for so long, it just became a habit. Tan Feng Maimo, let's just live like this from now on, okay? Live how well, just staying like this forever. It feels pretty good too. It was getting close to dusk. Living room lights weren't turned on, leaving only the blinking light emitted from the TV screen. Through a layer of thin fabric, I could clearly feel her warm breath pulsing against my skin with every beat. Quiet and peaceful atmosphere silently spread through the space, as if we were born inherently belong to each other. Just like that. Let's see my new swimsuit. How does the style look? Are you seriously planning to wear this outfit to team building? Humph. Why isn't dressing a bit modestly a good thing? To save some people from having dry lips and wagging their tongues behind my back, saying bad things about me not being proper enough. It seems that from the gathering last time, those petty and pointed remarks from Lin Vivi were firmly jotted down in her grudge notebook. You just need to have fun. Humph. Anyway, you won't have the blessing of getting to see it anyway. On the afternoon of the second day after she left, while I was in a meeting with colleagues from the project department, my phone suddenly vibrated. Once it was a photo sent by Lin Xiaoxi. In the photo, she was wearing that floral-patterned swimsuit, standing next to a pool with a loose bath towel wrapped around her body. The scenery in the background was a crowd of men and women having a lively time playing among them. was a man wearing swim trunks. It was precisely that deputy director, Tran guy. He was standing just a few steps away from her. Everyone else brought their family members along. Only I'm left all by myself. It's really so pitiful. Go have fun and enjoy yourself. Until past 10 p.m. I received another message from her. They still won't let me go. I'm so dizzy. Hello, hi. May I ask if you are Xiaoxi's family member? I am Xiaocheng. Her colleague, I am Tanfeng. What happened to her? Tonight, Xiaoxi drank a bit too much. We were planning to guide her back to her room to rest, when her mouth kept muttering and calling your name. Give the phone to me. I want to speak with Tanfeng. Tanfeng, why haven't you come to pick me up and take me home yet? Send the address over here. Specific location of the resort and the room number. Send it to my phone right now. Do it immediately. The map screen interface displayed that the distance to that hot spring resort was still a full hour and a half drive away, because the chilly night breeze blowing through the ajar car window rushed into the car. In a flash, blew away all my sleepiness. Inside my head, right now repeated endlessly with her sobbing calls, intermingled with her crying. This little ancestor of mine is truly never a single day without making a fuss, leaving everyone restless and annoyed. By the time I raced my car to the resort, it was already late into the night. Brother Tan, you actually drove all the way here. This speed is just way too fast. Where is she? She's in the room, already fallen asleep. Everyone partied too passionately tonight. She was a bit careless and drank too much. We wanted to stop her, but couldn't in time. It's fine. Thank you all for taking the time to look after her tonight. I pulled up a chair and sat right at the edge of the bed quietly, gazing at her sleeping, face shedding that aggressive claws-out appearance of every day. At this moment, she looked unusually calm. Tanfeng, am I dreaming right now? This isn't a dream. I came to pick you up and take you home. Why did you only come now? I was so scared. A deputy director Tran guy kept trying to toast me. The way he looked at me gave me the creeps. It's okay now, I'm here. Tanfeng, don't abandon me. I soothed her. She hugged me tightly and cried bitterly for a long time until she exhausted her very last bit of strength and once again drowsily drifted off to sleep. Yet those hands of hers were still tightly gripping the lapel of my shirt, determined not to let go at all. I had no other choice left but to maintain this stubborn posture, leaning sideways against the bed frame. She slept soundly, straight until the sun was right above our heads. The moment she opened her eyes and saw me, she was stunned. For a few seconds, why are you here? Last night someone was crying loudly and calling me on the phone, insisting that I come rescue her, you know. Yesterday did I say a bunch of random nonsense? Nothing much, just crying. Loudly saying you missed me, that's all. Stop putting a gold-plated spin on things for yourself. How could I possibly utter such cheesy words? You even accused that deputy director Tran guy, saying he had bad intentions toward you. That was just because I was too drunk and talking nonsense. Oh, really, from now on? Those muddy atmosphere, team-building events, if you can make up an excuse, decline them, then do so. But if you really can't refuse them, then take me along with you, taking you along. It is then after doing her personal hygiene she finally looked normal again. It's just that her gaze still somewhat avoided me, not daring to look straight into my eyes when we went downstairs to do checkout procedures. As soon as we stepped out into the hallway, we ran straight into that deputy director Tran guy. Brother Tan, why did you go to all the trouble of making such a long trip all the way here? I came to pick her up. Last night Xiaoxi drank a bit too much. Everyone was quite worried about her. Do you feel a bit better now? I'm fine now. Thank you, Director Tran, for your concern. As long as she's fine, then it's good. And from now on, if there are activities like this again, you must know how to keep a sense of limit. Let's go back quickly. Tanfeng, thank you for today. Think nothing of it. Truly thank you, because whenever I need a pillar of support the most, you always show up at the very first moment. As long as you know that clearly in your heart, that's enough. Then is this engagement of ours still counting or not? I met her gaze and remained silent without what she seemed to be waiting for was a definite answer, an answer that deep down in her heart, she actually eagerly wanted to hear from my own mouth. Ever since that night at the hot spring resort, Xiaoxi suddenly became a bit unusual. Specifically, what was wrong even couldn't describe. I just felt that she no longer made loud fusses and acted carefree. Occasionally, on nights when I worked overtime until late, she would suddenly send a text message out of nowhere. Have you eaten yet? Look, this concise and to-the-point messaging style truly didn't match her usual behavior. I casually replied that I hadn't eaten yet. Not long after, A delivery guy would carry over a portion of hot congee or wonton noodles and show up right on time in the lobby downstairs from my company. I'd take a photo and send it back to her. The speed at which she replied to messages was quite fast. I just happened to pass by, so I bought it on the way once or twice. Maybe you could call it passing by on the way. But when the frequency increased, this passing by excuse inevitably felt a bit too forced. When the weekend arrived, Lin Xiaoxi exceptionally ran over to my place, using the fancy excuse of coming to inspect the cleanliness, unexpectedly, in the spacious and empty living room, aside from specialized books. It was so different from one of my model show apartments. After wandering around for a full circle, her eyebrows were knit together so tightly they could pull a cart. Is this place of yours even meant for humans to live in? There isn't even a shred of life in it. What is the point of life's breath having a place too? Shelter from wind and rain is enough. She didn't think so. The very next day, she carried huge bags of all sizes and hauled over a bunch of miscellaneous items to add a bit of color to this cold house of yours. Remember to water them on time. If you let them die of neglect, I won't let you off easily. This style completely clashes with your room, huh? My aesthetic is the highest standard dedicated to you. Besides, look at how adorable this throw pillow. Tugging it to sleep is definitely going to feel amazing. What I mean is, its material is very soft, and it feels extremely comfortable to hug. I'm slipping away first. The texture when touched really isn't bad at all. Don't tell me it's actually truer and way more comfortable than that. A hard leather sofa armrest. Her publishing house planned to organize an outdoor book fair. She was put in charge of watching over, booth talking until her mouth was practically dry. She begged me to death. You only need to look after IT for a single afternoon. Just hand out a few books and collect payments. It's super simple. Once it's done, I'll treat you to hot pot. My savior has finally arrived. Go to the shade and rest. Leave the rest to me. Or fan yourself to cool down Tanfeng. I never realized you knew how to do these meticulous things too. Thought your complicated design drawings were just casually scribbled or something, I suppose. It seems dragging you out to act as my coolie was truly a brilliant decision. You two lovebirds are really so in sync. Must be newlyweds, huh? We haven't held our wedding yet, but it's coming soon. Who's eager to get married to you as if it isn't so? Let's go. Let's go. Eat hot pot. I want to go eat at that newly opened hot pot place over there. We've got to order beef slices and eat to our heart's content. Tanfeng, thanks for today. Pot of hot pot and you want to dismiss me already, huh? Then I'll reward you with an extra plate of shrimp paste deal. The ancients were certainly right. People really shouldn't get too carried away and forget. It just felt that these days were passing by smoothly when not a few troubles came flocking in and after another. The publishing house where Lin Xiaoxi worked wanted to organize social dance mixer with another agency, requiring everyone to bring a dance partner along to attend. This matter made her worry and frown for several days straight. How on earth would I know how to dance any social dances? When the time comes, I'll definitely lose face in front of the whole company. Just watch. If you're so scared of losing face, then don't go. How can that be? Leader called roll in person, so attendance is mandatory. Tanfeng, do you know how to dance? Oh, stop pretending here back in college. Didn't you even join the dance club? Oh, that was because my roommate dragged me along just to make up numbers. I've forgotten everything clean and clear long ago. Stop talking. Nonsense, hurry over here. The special training session begins. Let's practice the most basic steps first. It's super simple. Just step to my rhythm. Ouch, so awkward. Sorry. Hey, don't keep staring fixedly down at your toes anymore. Look at my shoulder here. Leave the rhythm to me. Relax your body a bit. 1 cha-cha-cha, 2 cha-cha-cha. Doesn't seem as hard as I imagined, huh? Mimo's progress is really huge. If we could just keep dancing like this forever. It honestly doesn't sound bad at all. The night of the dance party when I drove over to pick her up, she was still upstairs, dawdling and refusing to come out. I waited downstairs for a full 20 minutes. Before catching sight of her figure, she rarely ever dressed up so glamorously like this the moment I saw her. My whole body was stunned. What are you staring at? Haven't you looked enough yet? It's just so-so. It's just that. The hem of this dress seems a bit too short. Short where it's almost covering her ankles completely right here. Tanfu, your aesthetic taste is seriously toxic. The scene of the dance party, that deputy director Tran guy also showed up, dressed up all flashy. linking arms with her. Along with the sounding of the melodious music, the dance party officially entered the dancing phase. I led her smoothly gliding into the middle of the dance floor. Compared to her clumsy footwork during practice at home, her performance tonight could be called flawless dancing through a complete routine, without injuring my toes even one more time. Tanfeng, I never would have guessed. You actually look pretty decent dancing, thanks to Teacher Lin's dedicated guidance. Stop running your mouth. Brother Tan and Xiaoxi are truly a match made in heaven. This in-sync chemistry is just amazing. Just for this moment alone. The suit I wore tonight was totally worth it. But man, I'm exhausted to death. Wearing these clothes feels just like torturing myself. Don't put yourself through this suffering. Next time. How could that be? Suffering a little bit for the sake of looking pretty is totally worth it. Thanks a lot for coming today to help me save face. We scratch each other's backs. Your performance wasn't bad either. This is your reward. Dropping those words, she didn't even bother to turn her head back. Ankit opened the car door and bolted straight inside the house, looking just like a startled little rabbit. I instinctively raised my hand, my fingertips gently grazing my cheek. My mouth couldn't help curving up into a smirk. This girl finishes kissing and then greases her shoes to run away. She's got quite a bit of nerve, huh? The next day happened to be Sunday. I slept all the way until I woke up naturally. Turning on my phone, it was flooded with her coercive bombardment of text messages sent in the morning. Did you fall asleep yesterday? Was I a bit too overexcited? You're not mad, right? Whatever, just pretend I never sent anything. Hurry up and forget about it. Through a layer of glass screen, I could practically picture her scratching her head and pulling her hair in total panic. Just woke up not mad. But next time, pick somewhere else to kiss. Don't just kiss my cheek. Get lost in the days that followed. Lin Xiaoxi seemed to become a bit bolder and more straightforward. Tanfeng, this newly released movie, has great reviews. Let's go watch it together. My parents sent a box of fatty hairy crabs from my hometown. Come over tonight, and let's eat together. My mom kept forcing me to bring some over for you. Please pass on my thanks to your aunt. If you want to thank her, go. Thank her yourself. Oz is here to hustle you about work again, huh? Nope, I came over to supervise him into eating and drinking on time. You're always running. Like this, does it delay your main work? Not at all. Everyone is used to it by now. Going on a weekend movie date. She chose an art film. The story was so bland, it was practically boring. Halfway through watching it, my head had already started nodding off with yawns. My head was bobbing up and down until it finally, and very naturally, leaned right onto my shoulder until the lights in the movie theater came back on after the screening ended. She woke up groggily, rubbing her sleepy eyes. Is the movie over, Mimo? Let's go. She stumbled right behind me as we walked outside. Fingers naturally and tightly grabbed onto the lapel of my shirt, just like when she was little, shuffling behind my back. I turned my hand over and grabbed her hand. Her fingers were long and slender. Touching them felt. At first, she paused slightly but couldn't bear to pull away, obediently letting me lead her along. Two of us didn't say a word. To break this quietness was as if all of these things were inherently meant to be completely natural occurrences. After late autumn's chill grew heavier. Xiaoxi had an old illness, which was that every time the seasons changed, she inevitably couldn't escape it and fell sick, sneezing continuously one after another. Her nasal voice sounded very heavy when speaking. After getting off work, I specifically rushed over, only to find her curled up on the sofa, her whole body wrapped tightly inside a thick blanket. Her nose was wiped red and raw from tissues. Have you taken your medicine yet? I took it, but it didn't have any effect at all. Boss, this time, I'm really down with a bad illness. Truly no energy left to crawl back up. Yeah, thanks a lot for your understanding. Oh gosh, my attendance bonus for this month is going down the drain just like that. Is this little life of yours more important? Or is that little bonus more important, huh? Both. I'm heartbroken over both. She endured it all the way until late at night. The fever on her body still wouldn't completely go down. I really couldn't rest easy, so I decided to stay over, planning to catnap temporarily on the sofa in the living room. At dawn, I vaguely heard a rustling sound coming from the bedroom. Tiptoed gently inside to tuck the blanket back around her, using the back of my hand to press against her forehead. Touch still felt a bit feverish, half asleep and half awake. She suddenly grabbed tightly onto my hand, pressing it firmly against her face, while her mouth mumbled unclear words. Right after that, she acted like a drowning person, clutching at a straw of life, refusing no matter what to let go of my hand, having no other choice. I had to comply and sit right down on the edge of her bed, moonlight shining brightly through the gap of the window, curtain quietly sneaking into the room, just in time to illuminate half of her sleeping face, even though her breathing was still a bit heavy. Ever since grabbing my hand, her expression was obviously much more at ease. Gradually sinking into a deep sleep, I maintained that posture, guarding her for nearly an hour, waiting until she was truly fast asleep before carefully every step of the way, pulling my hand away and returning to sleep on the living room sofa, my palm seeming to still retain the lingering warmth transferred from her cheek, reliving that magical feeling of being fully trusted and relied upon by someone. Until this cold recovered completely, her attitude once again underwent few subtle changes, the most intuitive manifestation being that whenever she ordered me around, she became a lot more bold and confident. Tanfeng, I'm starving to death. I miss the sweet and sour pork ribs you make so much. Tanfeng, why is my computer screen completely black like this? It's most likely infected with a virus. Hurry over here and take a look for me. Tanfeng, let's go shopping this weekend. My bookshelf is jam-packed and can't fit anything else. I want to change to a new one. Facing all these endless demands of hers, I accepted every single one without every single layer of her feelings. I accept them all. I don't missing a single one. Tanfeng, hurry over here and try out this sofa. It's super soft and cozy. Later on, what I mean is it would definitely be a great fit in your living room. The pattern on this set of 8 plates is not bad at all. This minimalist style, together with the interior design of your room, is truly a perfect combination. And there's also this floor lamp too. We have to buy it. Later, curling up underneath it, she walked along while casually dropping comments, her words inside and out, all hinting at the future. As our frequency of appearing together grew thicker and thicker day by day, I pushed the shopping cart along behind her without rushing, knowing clearly what was going on. She didn't head to the model room display area, instead walking straight into a small study room arranged very tastefully, looking quite legitimate as she sat down by the bookshelf and flipped through a sample book. The natural lighting of this room is truly without a single flaw. Tanfeng, what do you think of this design? Which aspect are you asking about? Meaning, if in the future, inside our very own home, we could also open up a small cozy study room like this, then this study room is for rent at 50 yuan an hour. Refuse to put it on my tab. Tanfeng, you really are too much of a mood killer. Not browsing anymore, not browsing anymore. Let's hurry home. Yet we hadn't walked far before she couldn't help turning her head back, casting a glance at that small, cozy little study room. The sweet smile on her lips couldn't be hidden no matter what. On the way back, she looked as if she was deep in thought before asking, tell me, do you think our current way of living together counts as dating and being in a relationship after all this matter? I don't have a definitive answer for myself deep down inside. How come? Anyway, I feel like it does count, her saying. Feel like it does count. Felt like a heavy stone thrown straight into the lake of my mind. Didn't rush to reply, continuing to drive. She looked a bit awkward. If you feel like it doesn't count, then just pretend I never said anything, Ms. Lin. What do you mean? Raise your head up. I'll follow your lead on this completely. As long as you say it counts, then it counts. Oh, well then, let's happily decide on it. Just like that then. Through the rearview mirror, I saw her quickly wiping the corner of her eye. The green traffic light just turned. When I pressed down on the gas pedal, the right hand instinctively and naturally placed itself over her hand. Her fingers stiffened slightly. Right after that, she flipped her hand over and interlocked her fingers tightly with mine. 10 fingers intertwined together, bodies blending together, feelings overflowing in the air. Things had finally changed. After having it all clearly confirmed, In Xiaoxi seemed as though her seal had been lifted, becoming even more fond of clinging to others without any restraint or shyness. When I was drawing design blueprints, she would hug me from behind and act spoiled. I'm starving to death. There's still food in the fridge, too lazy to move. Go cook for me at night. Watching movies, she would snuggle into my arms, treating me like a custom leather cushion. Watching until the scene became deeply emotional, she would raise her head up and demand a kiss from those Ting Diansui. Dragonfly skimming the water kisses of the very beginning. The way to lingering, passionate kisses. Xiaoxi. Lately, your kissing skills seem to be getting more and more skilled, huh? Practice makes perfect. You hiding it from me and practicing with someone else behind my back, huh? Aside from you, this little goblin. Who else could it possibly be on the weekend? It was rare for both of us to finally unwind, enjoying half a day. We just helped out around the house like that, while I sat on the side, typing on my laptop, taking care of a few remaining unfinished work tasks. Still not done being busy. Almost done. Keep it up. After throwing the troops' minds into chaos. You're planning to slip away, huh? Obviously, I'm giving you the encouragement of love. Oh, really? How is this tiny bit of encouragement enough? You scoundrel, pulling dirty tricks on your own girlfriend. That's called romance. It looks like it's about to rain. I really don't want to go outside. Then let's just order takeout to deal with it, Mimo. Shall we roll up our sleeves and cook ourselves just like last time? What do you want to eat? Mimo, how about beef stewed with tomatoes? You know how to cook this dish. Never tried it before, but I can challenge it a bit and see Tanfeng does. The skin of this tomato actually need to be peeled off. Cutting the beef into huge chunks like this, will it even tenderize properly when stewed? Tanfeng. Comrade Lin Xiaoxi, you just need to obediently sit quietly in one place and stay quiet. That's already doing me a massive favor. Tanfeng, what is it? This feeling is truly not bad at all. Mimo. That's right, days like this are genuinely great. Xiaoxi, go check and see who's here. Aunt, uncle. My heart instinctively sank heavily. Aunt, uncle. Why did the two of you suddenly come over here? Xiaoxi is here too, huh? The two of us just happened to walk by. Figured we'd bring Tanfeng some of my homegrown flowers. Who would have thought? Dad, you guys come inside and sit down. Dinner is almost ready. Not going in, not going in. Two of us have already eaten our fill. We were just passing by to drop off some fruit. You two hurry up and clear the food to eat while it's hot. We're heading back. We're dead. We're totally dead. This time, we've lost face all the way home. Aunt and uncle are definitely going to jump to conclusions. Just watch. What conclusions could they possibly jump to? They definitely think that we've already moved in together. Why else? Aren't we basically doing that right now? You only spend 5 days a week crashing over at my place. What kind of nature is that? How can they be the same? I'm just all right, this kind of thing. Sooner or later, you'll have to face your parents-in-law anyway. Hurry up and eat your food. From now on, how can I even have the face to look aunt and uncle in the eye anymore? Just leave it to your imagination, right? Now they're probably giggling away somewhere. Early the next morning, my mom predictably called to launch an air raid. The tone on the other end was packed with uncontainable excitement. Last night, Mom and Dad didn't ruin kids' good deed, did they? Oh my, you little rascal. Hurry up and confess to Mom. Just how far have you and Xiaoxi progressed by now? When are you planning to go register your marriage? Mum, these endless questions of yours, which one do you want me to answer first? Can't you dial down the worrying and blowing? Or top that little girl, Lin Xiaoxi? Mum loves her to pieces from the bottom of her heart. Since you two have decided to tie the knot, Mom, and your dad can conveniently start preparing early. We already have our own plans in mind, the two of you should stop meddling and worrying about unnecessary things. What did Auntie grill you about on the phone just now? Nothing all that major, just rushing and asking when we're going to hold the wedding ceremony. That's all. So how did you answer her? I told her that this matter still depends on whether someone's performance shows enough sincerity. Tanfeng, do you have a death wish? Lin Xiaoxi, what is it? Things have come to this point. You have feelings for me. What kind of feelings specifically? Well, it's like your left hand holding your right hand, but it's the kind that's held tightly and can't be shaken off no matter what. Romantic issues were as good as settled and put to rest, peaceful like the surface of a lake. Yet annoying troubles and complications at work kept rolling in non-stop. The publishing house where Lin Xiaoxi worked recently took on a major project, and as the lead editor in charge, he was genuinely busy to the point of dizziness, staying up through several straight nights, looking visibly worn out and having lost a bunch of weight. It was obvious when I drove to the company building in the evening. She hugged her manuscript to proofread all along the way, so exhausted that she couldn't even force out a word. As soon as she got into the passenger seat, she headed straight home to rest. How about grabbing a late-night snack to line your stomach first before heading back? Let's just head straight home, Tanfeng. I honestly can't swallow a single thing. We're home now, why aren't you getting out of the car? Yet drink some hot congee to warm up your stomach before going any further. Tanfeng. How did you know I was craving this right now? Just made a lucky guess as always. You're the one who understands my stomach best. Drink slowly, work can never ever be completely finished. Don't exhaust your own physical body like this. How could I not do that? This project is the focal point. Besides that, Deputy Director Tran guy has recently always been finding all sorts of ways to make things difficult for me. I definitely have to pull off a bit of an achievement. Absolutely can't let him look down on me. Is he still secretly aiming his spear at you? Well, it hasn't reached the point of openly and blatantly targeting you anyway. It's just using the excuse of official business and being upright to intentionally cause obstacles and annoyance for you. It's fine, these petty little tricks are still completely within my ability to handle. Imo, thanks for this late-night meal overflowing. With your love, I've recovered 100% of my energy right now. A Deputy Director Trangai looking at this situation. It's about time to find a suitable opportunity to teach him a lesson, so he finally learns what it truly means to be fully aware of his own position. Heavens seemed to understand my inner thoughts. The opportunity came knocking right when I wanted it, right at the publishing house to celebrate the project's successful conclusion. They specially organized a banquet, and as family, presenting her. I naturally also received an invitation. The project that Lin Xiaoxi was in charge of had this time turned in an extremely dazzling scorecard, not only receiving a special certificate of praise from the leadership, but her whole person was also glowing. She was elegant and gorgeous, standing right beside me with a smile radiating absolute confidence. Xiaoxi, this project's massive credit belongs to you. Congratulations. Thank you for Director Tran's kind praise. Brother Tan also spared some time to attend tonight for Xiaoxi's celebration party as her boyfriend. How could I possibly be absent? From now on, her work and affairs still need to rely on Director Tran's guidance and extra care moving forward. Ha ha ha. That goes without saying. Naturally, that goes without saying. Brother Tan, I've admired your great reputation for a long time. The City Plaza design plan that you personally penned a while ago truly bears the brushstroke of a deity. You flatter me too much. Speaking of which, Xiaoxi, your eye for people is genuinely so sharp. Find such a golden turtle son-in-law. Brother Tan is young and exceptionally talented. The two of you standing next to each other are truly a talented man and a gorgeous woman. Match made in heaven. Thank you, sir. That Deputy Director Trangai stood frozen like a wooden stump, his complexion turning pale and white, completely transforming into faded dull background prop. Throughout the duration, the banquet that followed, didn't dare to daringly step even half a step closer in front of us again. Were you that happy tonight? That's for sure. Didn't you see that deputy director's face? Looking even uglier than eating bitter melon. It felt completely satisfying and deeply gratifying. Let's see if he ever dares to play tricks behind my back again, Mimo. He's an intelligent person. He probably already understands your underlying message, Tanfeng. Just now, were you deliberately showing off, displaying dominance against him? What did I deliberately show off and display dominance about? It was right when you and the big boss of ours were exchanging pleasantries back and forth, plus the way you glared fixedly at that deputy director Trangai. Did you do that to stake your claim? Could it be that my performance wasn't clear enough, or what? Clearly, overly clearly, already. Anfeng, I really couldn't have guessed it. Deep down in your bones, you actually hide such an overbearing side as well. Deal with him. I had to use this ultimate move. After the celebration party successfully concluded, Lin Xiaoxi finally welcomed a rare short vacation, excitedly planning and scheming for a good while before dragging me along to organize a trip with the final destination. Settled at an ancient riverside water town early in the morning, he was bubbling with excitement, acting just like a student. Little Fing, hurry up and wake up. If you keep dawdling and moving slowly, we're going to miss the high-speed train. There's still a full hour and a half left until the train parts, you know. What are you panicking so much for? Stopping our feet to walk on the bluestone paved path while admiring the scenery of the small bridge spanning across the river. feeling as though time slowed down significantly in the two of us walkings with our 10 fingers intertwined, strolling straight through those small, delicate alleys along the way. We tasted all kinds of savory snacks and handicrafts. When evening began to fall, we chose an inn with a direct view facing the river to stop and rest, waiting until later. When we are both old, with all our teeth fallen out, let's find a peaceful place like this to retire. Is that all right? I'll follow your wishes. Then you can take charge of planting flowers in the courtyard, while I'll be responsible for carrying a small stool out to the riverbank and casting a fishing rod. Since when did you learn fishing skills? I don't know how right now. I can slowly learn it bit by bit later on. Anyway, as long as I'm by your side, doing anything feels extremely interesting to me. Night gradually fell, enveloping every household, as bright red lanterns were lit all around. We dropped by a quiet little tavern, ordering a few plates of side dishes and osmanthus rice wine too. Rice wine had a pure sweet taste, and the alcohol content wasn't high at all. He was too greedy for drinks and accidentally drank a lot. After paying the bill, we strolled along, the silvery moonlight shining down on the road where the tapping sound of her high heels echoed with every rhythmic step until we reached the hibiscus tree planted right downstairs. She suddenly stopped Tanfeng. What is it? I think I'm feeling a little tipsy. No kidding. I figured that out ages ago. So, even if you commit some over-the-line action right now, you can just blame it all on this osmanthus rice wine. So, taking advantage of this booze, what do you want to do? Want to give you a really passionate kiss. Definitely not those perfunctory dragonflies skimming the water type of stealthy kisses. Got it? Hanfu, my legs have turned completely jelly. What a silly girl. Come on, let's take you home. Childhood sweethearts, who have walked through such a long, winding journey full of bumps and hardships, have finally welcomed the moment of 100 flowers blooming, exclusively for them.